What is up? What is good from Garden City, Charlotte, North Carolina? This is the Dream Wager, episode 269. As always, I'm your host, D-Rock, coming to you from the Queen City. What is up? And I'm joined by my co-host, Elvis Acosta, my NBA guru, partner in crime. How are you, sir?
I'm feeling good, Dylan. We live on this lovely Friday. First Friday show in a long time. Let me tell you
Yes.
that. So just excited to be here on a Friday evening, fresh out of work. Just ate some dinner, Dill. Shout out my grandfather, my boy Santos. His 81st birthday today. The OG, triple OG, turned 81 today. So God bless to him, man. Let's just have a day, Dill.
Yes, let's have a day. Yeah, you were saying first, happy birthday to the legend. I wish I'll make 89. The way it's
81,
looking,
81. Rank
81.
Moss.
81. It doesn't look like I'll be making 81 with my life. It just doesn't look like that. But yeah, Friday episodes bringing us back to football days when we used to record on Fridays. I like it. Thank you for readjusting your schedule. We have early fights tomorrow in Charlotte, which is why we're recording today. But Elvis, let's get into it. We got a jam-packed episode. We'll recap the NBA playoffs. Devils are dead. See ya, going home to, coincidentally enough, the Carolina Hurricanes, unfortunately. But got a great interview with Colby Dant from the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. Us, me, Elvis, and Colby, we review and preview the XFL championship going down tomorrow between DC and Arlington. We got MLB plays and NBA plays as well. But let's get into it, Elvis. The Suns, they're done 4-2. The Joker, what a performance last night by the Nuggets, closing it out on the road, and not a good series, I would say, for the Suns. Without Ayton, I didn't think they had a chance whatsoever. They wind up winning by 25. It was never really close. What do you make of their performance, and do you think they have a shot to go all the way?
Dill, it was an impressive performance. Let's just be honest. The fact that they was able to just punch Phoenix in the throat from the start of the game. Remember, the first play of the game offensively was KCP wide open layup in the middle under the basket, literally. So right then and there, I knew which team wanted it better, wanted it more. You could say. And to be honest, I was more shocked how easily the Suns just rolled over and just took the ass whooping. To be honest, though, because it was kind of embarrassing. You have two all time players in Devin Booker and Kevin Durant, and let's be honest, Devin Booker was on an historic playoff run.
Yeah.
He was shooting at a field goal percentage. To be honest, we haven't seen since like LeBron versus like Cleveland versus Toronto, like that type of like rampage of just consistently going off shooting a high percentage. So we haven't seen that in quite some time, Dill. So give credit to Devin Booker. I just feel like he just ran out of gas, Dill. You know, it's only so many games you can just average 35 points a game, shooting over 75% from the field. It's just too much to ask. So give credit to Denver. And to be honest, though, for what I saw, especially in Game 6 on the road, facing adversity against those headed monster, I think they could go to the way, though. As of right now, you got your Knicks, Miami, looking like Miami might close it out tonight. We'll see about that. And then you got the 76ers who either show up or don't show up. Let's just be honest. If James Harden goes off, Sixers have a chance to win. James Harden doesn't show up, it looks like they're gonna get blown out. And then the Celtics, it's kind of hard to figure them out, though, just because they play so well one day and then the next day, they're just not the same. You see Jason Tatum, he goes 0 for what? I think he went 1 for 13, and then he goes for 14 points in the fourth quarter. So it's just stuff like that. Like, it's hard to, keep them in mind. Like, damn, are the Celtics for real? Because you see them play so well one day and then the next day. So, to be honest, though, yes, I could possibly see Denver going all the way.
Yeah, I do too. I like them coming out of the West. I think they could give the Lakers or Golden State some problems. And it really comes down to the bench points because for Phoenix, only 12 bench points scored. And for Denver, 20, 29 points scored for the Nuggets bench points. So I think it goes back to my original point. They traded a lot to get Kevin Durant depth-wise, defensive-wise, and it showed here in the playoffs. They couldn't defend the Joker, even with Ayton. He was getting bullied all game or all series, for a matter of fact. Aaron Gordon, he woke up. They couldn't guard Aaron Gordon as well. Jamal Murray and when Joker's having a triple-double, you're gonna lose.
He averaged triple double in the series, though. That's another thing. The dude averaged a triple double, though.
Yeah, so amazing performance by the Nuggets. Now they get to rest up and they'll see either the Lakers or the Golden State Warriors. My prediction, probably the Lakers. For the other game, Celtics take care of the 76ers 95-86. What a meltdown by the 76ers in the fourth quarter. The last 4 minutes. How does an Embiid touch the ball? It's your best player. He has to touch the ball. There's no excuse.
He also has to call for it, Dill. And I feel like it came down to Doc Rivers and Joel Embiid and James Harden. Because James Harden had a horrendous game. After coming off a huge game, 4 or 5, he had a tremendous game 5, and then he just goes out there and looks like shit game 6 at home in a possible closeout game. James Harden, you got to step up. You got to be better. Even if Maxey has a good game, James Harden, you got to be that second, third option. You got to be better. Joel Embiid, you got to call for the ball, Dill. Like you said, they melted down. It was a 2-point game. It was 81-83. They were up 2 with like 5 minutes left, and Dill, it just fell apart. You give credit to Celtics and Jason Tatum. He finally got it going. He went 4 for 8, and he looked like the best player in the planet for 5 minutes. Hit for 43 minutes. He looked like shit. For the last 5 minutes of the game, he was a top 5 player, Dill. Like he said in the post game. So give credit to the Celtics, but the 76ers, Doc Rivers, it kind of falls on you as well.
Yeah, I agree. I think it was they pulled it out of their ass late, but it is worrisome for the Boston where they're not very consistent. You know, Marcus Smart is actually having a very good series. Malcolm Brogdon having a good series, but they're going to need Tatum going 1 for 10 in the first half. That can't slide. When they play Miami or the Knicks, or even if they do make it all the way to the championship, going against the Nuggets like that, you can't afford to have your best player go 1 for 10 in the first half. That's a recipe for disaster, in my opinion. So should be interesting. We got 2 games on the slate for tonight, Knicks and Miami. Miami leads 3-2. And Warriors and Lakers lead 3-2 as well. So we'll get into that in just a little. As opposed to the NHL, the Devils, they're dead. They wound up losing last night in overtime to Carolina. So great season all around. Most wins in history in a turnaround year. We had 45 extra points than we did last year. So no one even picked us to go to the playoffs. We wind up winning a playoff series. So overall, future is bright. We got a lot to build on. So nothing to hang your heads. I know that's loser talk, but you know, you got to look at the positives, I think. The future is bright. We got a lot of young talent in New Jersey, so we'll see where that's going. But last 7 days, how have you been betting-wise, E?
Still, to be honest, kind of cold. I'm going to be honest with the people now. Yesterday, hit a little something, but 10-13 last 7, Dill. To be honest, I got to stay away from the MLB, and the props hasn't been hitting for me. MLB, Dill, I say it every other week that I'm going to stop. And then I touch it a little bit, have a decent day, then I keep going on. I'm going to just dabble a game or 2 a pod. That's all.
Yeah, not good for me either. Yesterday I had a positive day, 6-5. I was up a unit. Last 7 days, 32 and 43. I'm down 11 units. So could be worse, but we know it's better time to bounce back than right now. So before we get into our interview with Colby Dant, let me tell you guys about our provider sponsor. Today we are brought to you by Viva Tequila Seltzer, the most refreshing hard seltzer on the market. There's no wonder why Viva was voted #1 hard seltzer in the world by San Francisco World Spirit Competition. With only 88 calories, 0 carbs, 0 sugar, and 4.5 ABV, Viva is the perfect drink for your post-game celebrations, as it was created with that active lifestyle in mind. We flavor tequila seltzer because flavor is the spice of life, and we like our drinks with just a kick. just like how we like our lives. Whether it's Huckleberry playing around a golf with the boys or an elderberry watching UFC Charlotte, it doesn't matter. Our favorites pair perfectly with that artisanal blanco tequila for that subtle and refreshing drink. Our belief here at the Dream Wager and at Viva is to live long, live well, and live it up. All right, here is our interview with Colby Dant. All right, and we are back, Elvis. Great talking. It went actually much longer than we anticipated. Colby was very kind with his time down in South Carolina with his not South Carolina, down in Columbia.
Ooh,
living lavish down there. So it was great to have him on and giving out some futures for the college in prime Colorado over 3.5. So I locked it in. Plus 142, depending on your books. But it was great to get him on. He was a sport junkie nerd, and we love all the insight and information. So hopefully we'll have him back on for the NFL season. So let's get into it, Elvis. Let's get into the XFL championship going down tomorrow. I think the time is, tomorrow night in San Antonio at the Allen Dome. DC is -7. They are the home team. Arlington Renegades, which they should be the home team. It's in their state. +7. Over under is at 49. You talked to Colby. You got his thoughts on how he's playing the game. How are you going to play it?
Still, I had a tough time deciding this game just because, as of, the last month, you could say I've been rolling with DC, taking the minus the points on the money line. So I've been rolling with them. But, Dill, these past few weeks, Arlington been looking impressive. They're making a run. That quarterback change might have been a difference. Those few extra players, hey.
Yeah.
And to be honest, Dill, I think this game is going to be closer than anybody thinks. We all understand if this was, the first 4 weeks of the season, I'm taking DC -9.5.
Yeah.
But this ain't the same Arlington team we saw at the beginning of the season, Dill. So with that being said, I expect a tight game. I expect a nice, entertaining championship game, Dill. Give me Arlington plus the 7. And let's be honest, Dill, I'm going to lean the over because I want to see a shootout, baby. Let's see something like the Super Bowl 35-38, people.
Yeah, 2 weeks to prepare. That was a great note from Colby. I don't know what they were waiting for. Were they competing with playoff hockey or basketball? It just didn't make, or maybe what the Kentucky Derby was last week. Give me a break. 2 weeks to prepare. That's ridiculous. But I agree on the over. I think it's going to be a shootout. I think both teams are going to come out aggressive, probably set the tone. I like DC, don't get me wrong, but their defense, like we discussed with Colby, is very vulnerable, especially in the pass game. I took Arlington before I left. I locked in the +7. I sprinkled a little on the money line as well. I think that's the play, with the amount of help Arlington has got, over the past weeks, the quarterback change with Luis Perez, I think they're going to be much more competitive and they could actually throw the ball downfield. They have the better defense. And off the top of my head, they had a couple pick sixes in this season. I don't know off the number, but off the top of my head, I remember watching them have a few. So they have the better defense. I think they might have a comparable offense with DC, but I don't know. It kind of seems to me, Elvis, that Arlington's put it together these past few weeks and they're forming and getting hot at the right time. So I'm aligned with you. I'm going to sprinkle a little on Arlington +240, but +7 in my pocket. And I love that. I also like the over. I got it at 48.5. Still like it at over 49. So hopefully we see a shootout in the Allen Dome. San Antonio, and hopefully we get a really good game. I don't want to see a blowout. That's the one thing.
Yeah. I expect a close one. The Arlington's are playing well as of late, and DC's been the best team in XFL all season long.
Yeah, so that's going to do it for Gridiron. Let's get on over to the Diamond. We got a lot of games on the slate, but we'll just roll through them because the interview was a little longer than expected. So we'll start with the first game between the Marlins and the Reds. Marlins are a home favorite, -142, +120 for the Reds, over under 7.5. Anything in this one for you?
No, Dill, I didn't touch it. I only got 2 plays today, Dill. So if you wanted to rattle off your plays and then I give mine out.
All right, yeah. So I took the Reds. I just like Graham Ashcraft. I know there's a lot of hype up behind this rookie that the Marlins are calling up, but I kind of want to see him. I know the Marlins at home should be a good spot for the kid. Maybe you want to look towards a strikeout prop. He does strike out a lot of batters. I think he will be good eventually, but I'm gonna roll with Graham Ashcraft here. So I'm gonna take them. I also took Baltimore Orioles -1.5. I think this
Mm.
is a good spot for Baltimore. I'm going to fade the Pirates. They're 1-9 in their last 10. Orioles 8-2 on the run line in their last 10. I'm not a big believer in Ottavino as well, so I like the Orioles -1.5. I'm going to sprinkle a little on the Blue Jays against the Braves. I'm putting my balls out on this one. I'm not a real. I like Spencer Strider's good. Don't get me wrong, but I think Chris Bassett. I think he's looked a little better as of late. Blue Jays home. They're swinging the bats well. I think they could keep this one close. I'm gonna take the Blue Jays at home. Probably one of my best plays or my favorite plays. I'm gonna take the Guardians and the Angels under 8.5. I got it at 9 yesterday, but these are just two dead under teams. Guardians 13-24 toward the under. They're 1-9 toward the under in their last 10 games. We have winds blowing in as well. All the Guardians do is play low scoring games. They have a great bullpen, top 5 in the league, but they have no offense. So think this could be a lower scoring game. I like the under in that one. And then last play on the slate, actually two. I'm going to take a shot with the Rockies here at home as home underdogs as well against Taiwan Walker and the Phillies. I know it's hard back in Austin Gomber at home, but he has put together 3 decent starts. Walks can be cut down a little, but the Rockies, they've been playing some competitive ball. They're 8-2 in their last 10. I don't think the Phillies should be this big of a favorite. I'll take the Rockies at home. And then this is my last play. I'm going to take the over in the Rangers and Athletics game. I just think the total isn't even high enough, to be honest. Ken Waldichuk, he's a total fade. He's only had one good start in this season. It was against the Cubs. But besides that, multiple runs given up in every start. Martin Perez, he's a guy you want to back at home, but caution backing him on the road. He's given up 7 runs in 3 innings to the Angels in his last start on the road. We got winds blowing out in Oakland as well. So Oakland, they've been a profitable team towards the over, 25-13 toward the over on the Rangers. 22-14 on the over this season as well. So I just see a bunch of runs being scored in this one. So I'm going to take the over 8.5 here. Elvis, what do you got?
There, I got 2 plays. Let's start it off. Let's take it to the Bronx, New York. Though, give me Tampa Bay +1.5. Though, to be honest, I want to sprinkle something on the money line as well at +155. Though, but let's play safe. Garrett Cole's on the mound. Gotta have some respect, though. But I think if the bullpen gets in early, I think the Rays could do some damage, though. So I took the +1.5, play it safe, and I want to put a little sprinkle on the money line as well because they just, they destroyed the Yankees yesterday, and it wouldn't shock me if it happens again today. And then give me the Red Sox on a short 115 on the money line favorite against, to me, one of the worst teams in the majors, the St. Louis Cardinals. Though I understand the myth, the legend, Adam Wainwright is on the mound, but this ain't 2012, people. This ain't 2010. Albert Pujols in that first base. Come on now. So give me the Red Sox money line. I'm -115, though.
I love it. I mean, how can you not back the Red Sox right now? I do like the over. I think just runs are going to be scored. Wainwright, he's a legend, but
11, though. It's at 11. I don't know.
I mean,
I do expect us to put up runs, but
yeah,
that's like you saying basically we're gonna put up like 7.
You might.
We might. You right.
So, let's go over to the NBA. Like I said, we have 2 games on the slate. Let's go on over to game 6 in the 305. The Miami Heat are hosting the New York Knicks. Miami Heat laying 6 at home. Over under is at 205. Elvis, how you playing this one?
Still, we got 2 games on the slate tonight. I ended up teasing on this one, Dill, so I'm going to lean Miami on the money line. I have a teaser on this one, but I have a feeling y'all going to keep it close still, to be honest. I'm not quite sure. I'm more confident just, hammering the money line, to be honest. That's why I did a teaser deal. I'll lean the +6 just because I think the Knicks are going to, they're going to fight to his over. To the Fat Lady Sings, they're going to fight, Dill. I liked what I saw in Game 5 a lot, Dill. It's just, can that transition back in Miami? That's the question, Dill. So I do expect Miami to win, but people, if you're listening out there and you like the Knicks +6 tonight, by all means, I'm not touching the -6 for Miami though, but I do expect Miami to win.
Yeah, I think we should keep this one close. I'll take the +6 with the Knicks. I have to. It's just on.
You don't have to.
No, I have
You
to.
don't have to, Bill.
I have to. I have to. What fan would I be? I also think going back to when the Knicks got the win yesterday or 2 days ago. What's with it was cool when the fans were doing that in the street when it was like genuine, like we want whatever going crazy on Fifth Ave. But like it's getting obnoxious. I'm not gonna lie. Like
Yeah.
after everyone, it's kind of annoying. Like it was cool when it was genuine, but now it's just like overhyped.
You know what it is, though. You know how the New Yorkers are. Y'all in Philly, the worst fans in the world.
It honestly is rubbing me the wrong way.
Some people will say they're the best fans in the world. Me, I feel a little different about that.
Yeah, me as well. But obviously, I'm going to take the +6 with the Knicks. Other than that, I have two props. Excuse me. Both of them are from the Miami side. I'm going to take Jimmy Butler to get a block at -120. You know, he's not really known to be a rim protector. Excuse me. He's only getting a block in 33% of home games this year, but I mean, you and I could both agree playoff Jimmy is different. You know, he's had a block in 5 of the last 6 playoff games, and he's put up 2 blocks in each of the last 3 games versus the Knicks. So I think this is going to be a defensive battle tonight. So I feel like Jimmy is going to get at least 1 block, maybe 2 blocks at +360. I think it's worth a sprinkle. He's going to be physical. He's going to get down into the paint and try to get a block or 2. So I'm going to go Jimmy Butler to get a block at -120. If you want to do 2 blocks at +360, I think that's worth a sprinkle as well. And my other player prop, I'm going to go Bam Adebayo over 8.5 rebounds at -110. He's hit this in the last 5 of 6 home playoff games. He averages 19.5 rebound chances at home. Last 6 closeout games, he's had 8, 10, 11, 8, 11, and 14 rebounds. Last 3 home closeout games, 11, 11, and 14 games. So I feel like if Miami wants to control this game, they have to control the glass. It starts with Bam. He's the rim protector. So I feel like we're going to get a little more out of him and Jimmy tonight. So at home, I expect the intensity to go up and purify just a little bit for Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo. But that's going to do it, Elvis. We wrapped it up pretty quick. Any last words or any parting words for the weekend for anyone?
Dill, the Golden State Laker game, Dill.
Oh, holy shit. I was just worried about the main game. My bad. The Lakers looking to close it out. Jesus Christ. When was the last time I fucked up like that?
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
You in Charlotte. You on vacation.
Yeah,
I can tell by the burps. There's been like 7 of them. You had a few.
I had a few. I'm not going to lie.
It's okay.
I got to get some water to hydrate.
Man, I'll start it off. Checking in for the Lakers and Golden State game. Game 6 in the Crypto Arena, Dill. Warriors are +3. Over under 219.5. Warriors +136 on the money line. Lakers -155 on the money line, Dill. Like I said, I ended up taking a 2-way teaser earlier, Dill. A 5-point 2-way teaser. So I ended up teasing the Lakers up to +2.5 and Miami to -1.5. Like I said earlier, Dill, I think I expect Miami to win, but I'm just not confident laying the 6. So I ended up teasing it down. I do like this scenario in this one. It's at +100, people. So if you take a 5-point teaser 2-way, people, you're going to get it at +100 as of right now. Shop around. Hopefully, you probably get a little better odds than I did. Still, and it's been 18 playoff games straight since old GOAT James gave us a 30-piece still. I think LeBron gives us the 30-piece and they close it out, Dill. So give me LeBron over 26.5 points, Dill. Let me get a sprinkle at 30+ points at plus money, Dill. And I think the Lakers close it out in 6.
I got 2 pops as well. I'm gonna go Steph Curry over 6.5 assists. I got that at -135 at FanDuel. It's a little juicy, but he's hit this in his last 2 games. They're playing well. Curry, he's really facilitating the ball as well. He had 12 and 19 potential assists over the last two. And I expect his chances to go up more. Lakers allowing 26 per assists per game. And Curry's going to get at least 40 minutes tonight. And, in an elimination game on the road, Curry's going to play every minute, I feel like. So over 6.5 assists for Steph Curry. And I'm going over 1.5 3-pointers made for Andrew Wiggins. It's another little chalky one, minus 140, but he's averaging 1.83 3-point field goals in his last 5. He's eclipsed this number in 4 of the last 5 games. Lakers defense, they give up the 12th most 3-point shots, but they have the 3rd lowest opponent field goal percentage. So tricky situation, but he's hit this in 4 straight. I expect him to just get 2. I think they need a big game from everyone. I think they need a big game from Clay. I think they need a big game from Steph, Andrew Wiggins, and Jordan Poole. 1 for his last 14 and 3. Is it time he wakes up, E? What's going on?
Remember that phone call I gave you 2 days ago, Dill? What I told you. Jordan Poole, 10 plus points at minus 110. I think it jumped to minus 15 by the time I put it in, Dill. But what I told you got to have some faith in him. Dill, he had 11 points game 5. I think he goes under game 6. I think he just had a decent home game. Remember him and Steve Kerr butting heads. The team is kind of butting heads.
Do you think he needs to be traded? He needs the ball. He's a dominant player. And I think he's going to thrive in a situation. I don't want to give credit to him, but Colin Cowherd, he made a potential trade. I don't know if you heard about it, and I want to get your thoughts to Boston. And I thought that would be a good move. Jaylen Brown obviously doesn't really want to be there. They've been shopping him for about a year or 2 years now. You put him in Boston with a guy like Jason Tatum. It sounds good.
Still, to be honest, do I think he could thrive and become all-star caliber player when he's the top dog, you could say? Yeah, But do I like the Colin trade? The only reason to me it doesn't really make sense is just because you got Malcolm Brogdon, you got Marcus Smart, so you got those 2 guys at the guard position. Yeah, could Jordan Poole? At the end of the day, is Jordan Poole better than Jaylen Brown? No. Is the Jaylen Brown with Andrew Wiggins and Poole, is their combined better than Jaylen Brown? On an average night, yes. But Andrew Wiggins comes and goes, and have we seen Poole in this playoffs? Still, he hasn't been good. At least Jaylen Brown, he's consistent. Andrew Wiggins, we he missed some time, but he finally started to catch his legs. So me personally, I'd rather have Jaylen Brown than those 2 because I know what I'm gonna get in, night out.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think it was just an interesting potential trade option for them. I do think he needs to be out there more. I don't mind all of the shots. It's just not from 40 feet.
Now think about it, Dale. You say that, but the only reason we feel that way, because I feel the same way you do, is because you got Steph and Clay on the floor.
No, I think
if he was on the team, let's just say, Washington, we wouldn't think twice. But when you have arguably the 2 greatest shooters of all time on the same court as you, and you're taking a 40-footer, then we could look at you sideways. I think that's
And then I also think, you're taking dumb shots when the 2 greatest shooters are on the floor with you. Maybe when they're off the court, cool. You could be the general.
If they hurt, you're good,
Yeah. But I think as a shooter, you got to see the ball go in a few times to get your rhythm and confidence back. And he doesn't have either right now. You could tell he's passing up shots that he wouldn't pass up in the regular season.
Yeah, like I said, we saw Jordan Poole, especially in the last playoff run. He was key, man. Remember, we was talking about him. He was 6th man of the year last year. Now he wasn't even an afterthought. Though he got paid. Congrats to him. He deserved his money because he had a great run last season, especially when Steph and Clay was hurt for a small period of time. Poole stepped up big, but we can honestly agree on this postseason.
What is he getting? 10 minutes a game?
Nah, I think he's getting somewhere around like 22 minutes a game.
That's bad.
Yeah, it's not worth.
And I don't know. I don't want to go on a rant, but I don't know if you heard Draymond Green's podcast. He named everyone on but him, and I think that's intentional. Draymond already punched him in his mouth. So come on. I mean, like, and you know who also is stepping up? Gary Payton II. He's stepping up.
I'm be honest. I think that was a good move putting him in the starting rotation.
I do too,
Game
because
5,
he plays defense.
They lost, but he gives you double digits. I think he gave you 14 points, and I think he gave you double digits against last night.
Yes, that's the key,
2
man.
Days ago.
2 days ago, but no, I know what you mean, and he has that chemistry. He was with them last year when they won, so I agree. Something needs to change. Hopefully, we do see Jordan Poole step up because he is like that. He is. He just needs that confidence back. So,
and hopefully. You know, I am rooting for the Lakers. I'm a big Clay fan. I don't want to see Game 6 Clay tonight. I'm telling you right now, I want LeBron get this rest. Him and the Joker could battle it out for the West. That'll be lovely.
Question before we get out of here. If 76ers wind up blowing it in Game 7 and Jokic goes on to win the whole thing, they fucked up the MVP. I don't care. It's a regular season. It's a legendary career. He folded. He couldn't get the ball in the last 4 minutes when they could have closed it out at home. Game 6, you didn't even touch the ball. You're not the MVP. That's it. You can't argue with it.
No debating there, Dill. No
you can't.
There.
Well, Elvis, thank you so much. Have a great weekend. Good luck with your bets. That's going to do it for this Friday edition of the Dream Wager. On behalf of our sponsor, Viva Tequila, Elvis, myself, we'll see you guys in a few days. So please follow along our social media, Twitter and Instagram at the Dream Wager. You can find all of our episodes if you missed one wherever you get your podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher. If you haven't already, please subscribe, rate, review, all that good stuff. Really helps the show grow tremendously. So be a friend, tell a friend. Everyone have a great few days. Good luck on your wagers. Be safe, be well. We'll see you guys down the road.